Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another video, and back to my thoughts on another trailer that just recently came out. You know, just after I was feeling overjoyed and happy that I've reached 15,000 subscribers, right? And now I had to get back to doing another rant, of course. So yeah, ranting on another trailer that just recently came out. And I gotta say, it just looks so like once again, nothing new, nothing creative as well. You know, this is a typical generic, possession film. It's like I said this. What I said about when I talked about the trailer for Evil Dead Rise, and now this one I talk about the new one for the new Exorcist movie, which is supposed to be a direct sequel, to the original Exorcist. It's called The Exorcist, the Believer. Exorcist Believer, not The Believer. It's just Believer. Which at first I thought there was like a phony title, but it turns out no, it's called actually Believer, The Exorcist Believer. First of all, number one, why do I think this film is? First of all, number one, why do I think this film's gonna suck? Well, like I said before, when I ranted on the trailer for Evil Dead Rise, and which I did see, which I'll have to I'll have to rant on that sometime later down the road, maybe for October, is Evil Dead Rise was nothing new, nothing creative. It was just a typical, generic, bland, typical possession movie. What new, what scares did the Evil Dead franchise bring? Nothing. Okay. Oh, so it's an apartment complex instead of a cabin in the woods. Okay, different setting, but what else? And I wasn't big on the lead girl or the rest of the kids. The kid, especially the little girl doing a stupid thing. The little girl peephole. Oh, mother who's crazy possession. Oh, I'm sorry, can you let me in? And she stupidly believes that and just So. Well, I'll get more into that when I rant on that one. Probably I'll do that for October with Evil Dead Rise. Fuck that movie. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Because that film made the most money in that franchise. It's the highest grossing one in that franchise. See, that's what I mean. As long as these films make money, that's what all that matters. And same thing with here. First of all, I'm probably sure this is going to make money because of the name, probably. But anyway, number two, why this film is gonna suck? Because it's directed by David Gordon Green. David Gordon Green, who directed the new Halloween trilogy, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, which I hated all three of them. Especially the last one, Halloween Ends, was the absolute worst. That was the absolute worst. It was nothing but bullshit after bullshit in that movie. Because also, it's just the marketing of that film for that trailer was so misleading. Oh, we think it was Michael Myers doing most of those killings. No, it was just a little pissy boy named a ripoff of Christine, John Carpenter's Christine, named Cunningham. How somehow he, because Michael Myers is supposed to be a force of reckoning, right? Oh, he's old. Michael Myers was strong even though he was old. Somehow that wussy kid wrestled his mask away from him, and then he starts doing the whole killing. Bullshit. I hated Halloween Ends. That's the absolute worst. And not only is the worst in that trilogy, but it's one of the worst Halloween films, right next to Rob Zombie's. I was gonna say John Carpenter. No. Scratch that. We're next to Rob Zombie's Halloween shitty movies. That is right there. Is right one of the worst. Next, along with Rob Zombie's Halloween movies and Halloween 5. Even Halloween 6. That's why I think why this new film is going to suck, because David Gordon Green is directing it. The funny thing is, he's just sick doing comedy movies, like with horrible bosses. Right? Sick doing comedies like that. Horror films are not his thing, okay? It's like the same thing with director James Wan, right? He's just stick to doing horror rather than action films like with Furious 7 or Aquaman. Although I will say though, say though, maybe James Wan did learn a thing or two from shooting action scenes, because otherwise we would not have that insane action scene in the third act of *Malignant*, which I love. Okay, so maybe he did. Maybe doing action films, he maybe learned a thing or two though. But the thing is, overall, he's just doing horror. Don't do any action films. Horror films are his thing, not action. Same thing with his director. I think he should do more stick doing comedies rather than horror. But the thing is, though, those movies made money though. That's the thing. That's what matters. So I don't know. It's just. And then the thing is, one thing is they're trying to do it once again with all these franchises. Once again, trying to throw nostalgia in this to see if it makes money, because okay, so it's directly after the sequel, and you hear in the trailer, you hear the classic Exorcist music, the theme, right? And then you bring in Ellen Burstyn from the original Exorcist, who played the mom to Reagan. Who's now like 90 years old, because this year, 2023, makes the 50th anniversary of the year of 73. The Exorcist came out in 1973, 2023, 50 years. So she has to be 90 now, Ellen Burstyn. So you're bringing an old character back from older movies, like the played from older franchises from the past as well, like especially with the new Halloween movies with Laurie Strode, the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. The character, not the actress though, because the actress passed away though. But bringing back the character, which that was pointless as well. What else? Bringing the characters back. Okay, well, like the new Indiana Jones film, John Rhys Davies, as Sulla, he's only in for a few moments because you remember, this is being canon, because he's still in it from the first and third movie. I probably guarantee that in this trailer, where she as Ellen Burstyn, she's gonna be like the priest of the original movie, that she's gonna get possessed and then do the self-sacrifice. I would not be surprised. And the thing is, okay, with the Exorcist franchise, before I get into the trailer, the original Exorcist, I fully understand why a lot of people are terrified of that movie from back in the day. I respect it. I respect why the original Exorcist, why it's a classic, why a lot of people think it's a really good horror film. I respect that. It's like the same thing with the original Night of the Living Dead from George A. Romero. I respect it. Why? Because without that movie, we wouldn't get the zombie films we have today. But I'm not really big on the original Night of the Living Dead, and I just didn't like what happened to Dwayne Jones at the end of the movie. I'm not really a big fan of the original Night of the Living Dead, though. But at the same time, I respect why it's a classic and why it redefined the zombie genre. Because without that movie, we wouldn't have Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. We would have even the other zombie films we would have today, like the remake of Dawn of the Dead, or one of my favorite comedies, Shaun of the Dead. We would have the zombie films of today if it wasn't for George A. Romero's original classic. So I respect the original Night of the Living Dead. Same thing with the original Exorcist, right? I respect why it's a classic. But overall, I'm not really big on the original at the same time, But the thing is, I can tolerate it because I like the late Max von Sydow as Father Merrin. May he rest in peace, Max von Sydow. I mean, Linda Blair, she was, you can say over the top performance, but hey, when you're being possessed, right? Linda Blair back then. Ellen Burstyn. Oh, I did not mind her. But overall, I was not really big on the original Exorcist as well. I mean, it was much funnier when it was parodied in Scary Movie 2, with James Woods, right? And he's like, screw this, I'm out of here. That was funny. But, oh, and, my dog, once again, you hear my dog barking. But, yeah. But the thing is, I do respect the original, why it's a classic. I respect the film. But, and with the Exorcist 2, The Heretic, that was laughable. It was like The Happening, and it was never meant to be a comedy though, but yeah, Exorcist 2 was laughable. Exorcist 3 I enjoyed. I really enjoy Exorcist 3. To me, I think that's the best one of that series. To me, it is with George C. Scott. Even Brad Dourif is in it as well. That's cool. I think even if I remember, Samuel L. Jackson had an appearance in it. But and then they get the prequels. They get The Beginning and then Dominion, which pretty much is the same movie, but a slightly different version of it. I wasn't particularly a fan of the both of them though. But the thing is, though, it was interesting. It was interesting to see. It was interesting to see two of the same movie, but just a slightly different modifications, you can say. I mean, Stellan Skarsgård, he was good as the young Father Merrin, which later played by Max von Sydow. I think if I had to pick The Beginning. I think from director Rennie Harlan was a tad bit better, because at least the third act, at least it was more of an action impact. We got like more gorier bits. I mean, you got like bones breaking and stuff like that. I mean, okay, but I wasn't big on the prequels though. But like I said, interesting though. But yeah. Now finally get into this. I know I'm like 10 minutes in, right? Get into this. Okay, so you got two families, each one with a daughter, one white, one black. If you want to be exact, they both go missing. They get found, and they're like a little bit dirty, and the black girl saying that, oh, we've been gone a few hours, but then the father saying you've been gone for 3 days, and then the guy's brushing his teeth, and all of a sudden she just suddenly appears saying, oh, she's hearing things. So it's like, oh, did you say something? I thought you said something. And then she's getting schizophrenia, restrained. They're both restrained. And then within the church, with the church, then the one girl walks in, bloodied up, saying, "Buying the blood, buying the blood, buying the blood," and you get this laughable, which I don't know why is this so scary, because when she keeps walking towards in the church, saying, "Buying the blood, buying the blood," all of a sudden you get this these up close editing shots of her just like I'm like, how is that scary? That is laughable. Okay. So I just made myself laugh because from me doing it. That just shows how laughable that scene is. How is that even in any way scary when she's doing like that? It just reminded me from the young Michael Myers from Rob Zombie's Halloween. I'm not listening. I'm like, Jesus Christ. How is that scary? That is silly and laughable. And then the father, the black father, right? He's saying, has any of this happened before? And this one woman recommends Ellen Burstyn. It shows like an old video of her younger, back when what happened from her time. You see the word Reagan being painted out, and then you see young Ellen Burstyn transition to how she is now, older, explaining how exorcisms work, and then you get the classic Exorcist theme playing. So they're gonna try to perform exorcism, and then you get the one girl, the white girl, eating a piece of paper from the Bible, and then you see some dogs fighting, a car crash, and then now both the girls are possessed, and they're both like with the yellow eyes, looking all messed up. They're like drip, drop, drip, drop, because they're being in sync with their heartbeats. I'm like, okay, gonna beep, beep, no, but they're going by drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop. And then there was this one guy after when the girls are doing their drip droppy voices, right? There's the couple of the other family, right? The white girl's family, her parents, and then this older guy older guy standing next to them. Now people wouldn't recognize this guy though, because I mean, I wouldn't blame, because this guy I've only seen him in one film after this, like back in 1993, and I had to look at the cast. And this guy's like, wait, is this guy? Holy, I was like, holy shit. Okay, so like after the two girls doing their drip drop, right? There's the other girls' parents, and there's this older guy standing next to them, right? The older guy, was it Raphael Sabarge, or whatever? The guy's his name, Raphael Sabarge. That guy I haven't seen him since he starred in the first Carnosaur film. I'm like, really? That guy, the lead guy who played the character Doc from the first Carnosaur film. I'm like, really? When he had the bulldozing fight with the T-Rex at the end of the movie, right? Or before the other, he was escaping from the T-Rex, and then he has that bulldozing fight with the T-Rex, right? You know, gutting it, right, and pushing it over, and then he says, "I hate wildlife." And then, of course, that downbeat ending when he gets shot, then him and the girl gets burned alive. Yeah, that guy. Raphael Sabarge, who played that character Doc from Carnosaur. I'm like, really? Him? I'm like, jeez, where's this? I thought this guy just disappeared completely off the map. I'm like, really? The guy who starred in the first Carnosaur film? I'm like, jeez. Oh my god. I mean, thing is though, yeah, I liked the first Carnosaur, but thing is, like, it's my least favorite in that trilogy. I mean, Carnosaur 2, speaking of Carnosaur 2, I have the poster sitting right here. Maybe we can see it, you know. Why do I have this here? Because I had it hanging. Carnosaur 2. Because, you know, my poster of the devil is a part-timer sitting right there. My poster of Carnosaur 2 was covering... My Devil's a part-timer poster was covering up the poster of Carnosaur 2, and the thing is, though, the thing just fell off the wall because the sticky things just gave out, and that's why I have it sitting over here now. But yeah, speaking of Carnosaur, right? Coincidence, right? I mean, Carnosaur 2 and 3, I say are better than the first one. Especially the ending was a downbeat ending. Pretty much hurt the movie for me for the first one. But Carnosaur 2 and 3 are much better than the first one. But I'm like, really? That guy from the first Carnosaur film? I'm like, wow. Where has this guy been after all these years? And then I say they're beating in sync, and then so the possessed black girl saying, "Oh, God played a trick on you," and then it cuts to black and white flashes, and of course with the demon face from the first movie, and that one black and white flash, and then cut to the title. The thing is, it just looks like a typical generic bland possession film we've seen dozens of times from past. What does this film have to offer that we haven't seen in any past exorcism films, like The Last Exorcist 1 and 2, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, Incarnate, which that was disappointing with Aaron Eckhart, you know. With Aaron Eckhart, that was disappointing. That was a disappointing movie. Not that I was gonna say The Devil's Inside. That movie sucks. The devil inside my ass. Yeah, fuck that movie. Stupid. I was referring to Deliver Us from Evil. That's a good one. With Eric Bana, because I like the fact that it was taken from a cop's point of view. Right. I like I like Deliver Us from Evil. What other exorcism? There was one with Michael Pena and Jimon Hansu, was called the Vatican Tapes. What else? Oh, The Possession with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like, what other exorcism type movies that we have not seen that offer us any new or imaginative, creative ideas? Right here. Two girls go missing. They come back possessed. The one girl walking into the church all bloodied and repeating "blood in the blood" with the freaking up close shots of ah. What are you, we young Michael Myers now from Rob Zombie's Halloween? You know, I'm not listening. Ah. and then bring it back once again an old character from the previous movies, from the like the first or whatever movies, bringing old characters back from older franchises, right? Like Ellen Burstyn. And of course, trying to get you nostalgia because you bring back an old character back, and then you put with like the certain pieces of music from old movies, right, for nostalgia, right? That's one thing I'm so tired of seeing now of nostalgia. I mean, why do you think Indiana Jones 5 and The Flash failed? Why those films are this summer's biggest flops, right? They're trying to win you with nostalgia. But that's one of the reasons, not the entire reason. First of all, those movies suck. They try to win you with nostalgia, and the thing is, though, those characters of those movies suck as well. Everything about those movies was horrible. Both of those movies. You can go back on my rants on those. Check them out. The Flash and Indiana Jones 5. And but one of the reasons, nostalgia. Oh, Michael Keaton's coming back, and that didn't help the movie. That didn't help the Flash. So you think bringing an old character like Ellen Burstyn's from the original Exorcist, is that gonna make a difference? I mean, like I said, it's like compared to this year with the other possession film, like Evil Dead Rise. What has that movie done new and creative? Oh, besides changing its setting, instead of it in the cabin in the woods, it's in an apartment complex in Los Angeles. Because they said Los Angeles. What other changes, or what other new they did that movie? Same here. What else does this film offer anything new and creative? So, I know this film's gonna suck because, first of all, David Gordon Green is directing this, and you have Danny McBride once again writing it. Probably because those funny moments, like I mentioned. That's probably Danny McBride's doing, like he wrote wrote those unfunny things in those Halloween movies. I mean, David Gordon, he's just sick doing comedies. Don't do any more horror movies, please. Oh, and especially, this is good. Since the Halloween movies were successful in that guy trilogy, this one, if this was success enough, which I bet it's is, this is gonna be part of a new trilogy. This new Exorcist movies. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Of course, because the Halloween films made money. They did. I bet this film's gonna make money, and now we're gonna get another trilogy. So what? This one called Believer, and what is this? What's the next two are gonna be named of? The one that's gonna be named after this one. What is it called? Exorcist. The End of the World, or the world's gonna get possessed, and now it's Ellen Burstyn. She's the one who's going to exorcise the whole entire world. I don't know. They show us they're just running out of freaking ideas, man. Just like how. What am I kidding? What do I matter? As the Halloween movies made money. Evil Dead Rise made money. That's the highest grossing one in that franchise. Same with the Halloween 2018. That's the highest grossing one in the franchise. Well, the new trilogy, the shitty trilogy, made more money than all the previous Halloween movies in the past. But the thing is, so this film, I guarantee it's not going to make over $400 million. It's not going to catch up to the original Exorcist. I guarantee it. I would even say, I wasn't big on the original Exorcist. I can say the original Exorcist is better than this. Exorcist 3 is twice better looking than this. Now, am I going to say this is worse than Exorcist 2? That's a hard one, because Exorcist 2, The Heretic, that was just laughable. Especially it was directed by a guy named John Borman, who directed Zardoz with Sean Connery, Yeah, the guy who directed Zardoz, that funny comedy film with Sean Connery, Zardoz speaks to the penis is evil, with Sean Connery. Yeah, that guy who goes and directs Exorcist 2, The Heretic, yeah. Now, no wonder why that sequel was so laughable. See that? Right there. It shows I'm allergic to this bullshit. Just Proof. There's your proof right there. I'm seriously. I'm allergic to this bullshit. Normally, I would cut stuff out like that, though. But this is to show to prove that I am allergic to this bullshit. I'm so tired of all these franchises, these old franchises being dug up because no wonder we didn't. Why we didn't have an Exorcist movie since 2005, since the last one was Dominion, prequel to The Exorcist. No wonder, I'm tired of these franchises like Halloween, Alien, Predator, Evil Dead, Indiana Jones. This franchise now, and I guarantee you that eventually they're going to do another Elm Street movie. They're going to do another. I know for years the Friday the 13th, the rights to Friday the 13th has been going on for years, But once they do settle, I guarantee you they're going to make another one. They already did a new. And speaking of that, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they already did that with a piece of shit from last year. They just need to stop with these franchises. They need to stop with the freaking franchises, okay? And why do you think that people? No, just speaking of, why do you think people are going to see Barbenheimer? Yeah, if you get what I mean, that everyone's been memeing that name, Barbenheimer, Barbie, and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Why do you think those movies are making bank on money more than Indiana Jones and The Flash? Because people are getting sick and tired of old franchises. People are getting tired of superhero fatigue, and old franchises are not doing that well. Why do you think people are seeing? Because, yeah, Barbie's a toy name, and Oppenheimer is Christopher Nolan, though. But those look more original ideas than any of these we get so far, than these old franchises been doing, Why do you think those movies are making money? Why do you think Super Mario Bros., the animated movie's been making money? Unless you're Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which that's superhero film that made the most money this year, though. Other than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Shazam 2, Ant-Man 3 underperformed. The Flash, especially that. Indiana Jones 5, and although it's not superhero though, but still. That's Disney though. Still. And do you think the Blue Beetle's gonna make money? I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell is the Blue Beetle? So, I don't know what I'm going to say. It's been just going on, Bottom line is, not interested in this new Exorcist film. Not interested at all. It looks typical, generic, bland, run-of-the-mill, by-the-numbers, typical possession film. Just slap with the name Exorcist. So you put the name Exorcist, it'll make money. I guarantee it. Because the Halloween trilogy made money, Evil Dead Rise made money. So I wouldn't be surprised if this film makes money. If I do see it, I know it's gonna be a rant. And hey, and I know how much you guys like my rants. If there is, hey. And there'll be another new rant. There'll be a new rant coming, maybe in October, because that's when it comes out. Friday the 13th, October 13th. So we'll have to see on that though. So if anyone's looking forward to this, that's fine. But I'm not, because I know better. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time. Later.